Hello, my name is Gretchen Marie, and I'm the tech lead for my team for software development too. That basically just means I'm first point of contact for programming questions, tech questions, issues, troubleshooting, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, I've already got the app up, but I'll show you how I did that. We initially had a different kind of command, but I'd ended up working with a guy. I'll show you the conversation. I don't know how to zoom in on this, but oops. Let's see. We'd end up finding a new command to better bring up the app. So basically, this app is intended to be one to help with parking at GGC. So its only purpose is to help students help themselves, really, by the students marking which apps are available, which ones are taken, which lots are full, etc., that kind of thing. So run this command. This brings up the emulator, which is a whatever we had available, and the API is 28 that we're using, and that brings up the emulator, which is right here. It's basically just a phone online. So you can see, you can type in all different kinds of stuff. Let's see. And any accounts that you create in this app are sent to our Google Firebase database, and we can actually see the login information in case the student needs it, and so we can keep track of who's using it, and we can also create test accounts. See, we're having some issues with our buttons, so because of that I really can't get past this create account page. I can go back though, and for some reason we're having some issues with how this looks. I'm not sure why it does this. Anyway, let's try to get back to the top. So yeah, this is what comes up when we run the emulator. The original command we were using was this, which basically starts React Native and runs Android. Well, that was actually the incorrect one, is this one, run Android. And it says failed to launch emulator only because the emulator was already open, but the build was successful. So try not to get too techie here, but yeah, so this is what we use to open the emulator. Let's not get into code. And this is Node.js that we've been using for backend stuff. I'm not going to get into that. But yeah, so basically this is emulating what the app would look like on an actual phone. So virtual machine for Android. I think this app is supposed to run on iOS as well, but I haven't seen the code for that as of yet. I saw some in the old version, but I'm not sure about this version. This version definitely runs on Android, as you can see here. So yeah, I can't really get past this because we're having some issues with our buttons. But yeah, this is what we've got up, and let me show you why we can't get past this. So we had a lot of issues with this app. We spent this whole semester just troubleshooting. The app was originally written in Ionic, and then last year, literally 1 year ago, in fall 2019, the team that was working on this app rewrote the whole thing from scratch in React Native, used Google Firebase, and have a bunch of different libraries and dependencies like Gradle and Node.js. So it's year-old code. Because of that, there have been so many updates, and since then there were a lot of version compatibility issues that I had to work through. That took a very long time. On top of that, we kept getting these strange errors. And I worked with this guy who I believe is in our class this semester right now. And he was a huge help. So I'm not sure if this is actually showing up on the screencast. But let's see. One issue that I did have, which was a bit interesting, is that we didn't have issues just with code, but it was also with the environment variables that were on my computer. So you see here, he has some kind of app that he's working on as well, and he needs this SDK folder that leads to emulator, platform tools, and tools. Well, I didn't have any of those, so I had to create them like this. I had to go into my system variables in my computer and change some things up so that the app could actually run. And now this is what mine is. I have the Android SDK folder with platform tools, emulator, and tools. So we had to do some other really involved technical fixes, which I won't get into right now. But yeah, so let's see. Let's bring the code up. I won't get into this too much. I just want to show you something more than just the account page. Let's see. And this app is also run with JavaScript. See, this is a login user interface and it's a JavaScript file. And we've also been working on enhancing this password requirement. Ching, who is another programmer in our group, he's already gotten a file that I believe he's added it to GitHub. I'm not sure if it's up yet. I think he was having some issues, but we just basically want to make the password requirements more strong. So basically adding symbols, a capital letter, a number. I think that's all he added in that, but it's written in JavaScript. We're not sure yet if we would be able to add it to this file or some other existing file. That was another issue that we had with this app, was that you can see right here, there are tons of files and they're not all used. This is 5.1 Gradle. This, let's see, there's also multiple Android versions in here. I deleted some things that were causing the app to not work, and once I deleted those, the app worked better. So there are still things to be cleaned up. So the next team that works on this needs to go through this whole directory, and they need to make sure to delete anything that's not being used by the app. That is important, especially since this code, everything that I've done this semester will be old within a month or two from right now. That's really soon, but for code, that's to be expected. So the team who's going to work on this next just needs to work on updating, and hopefully this video helps, knowing that we basically spent our whole semester troubleshooting this app and only have a working intro screen to show for it. But yeah, I've tried plugging in our test account information here and logging in, but it didn't work. I believe because the button's broken, which really would just mean that there's further updating to do on the code. But this is as far as we got, which is honestly impressive enough because we had a lot of issues. So yeah, that's really all I had to show. I don't really have much else to show for this is really annoying, this scrolling down thing. You see I wonder if I can just rerun. You can actually see how we do this. Let me try to rerun this. Let's see. I think when I actually ran this React Native run Android after already getting the emulator up, I think when you do that, it gets all messed up. Let's open a new shell. Let's see, a new bash, and then let's see. Let me go back to the first one. Just copy. Oh, I can't. Okay. I just need to run. Let's see, emulator. Emulator.exe. And there were some other things I have saved in here. Let's see. I'm just going to try to rerun it without running the Android thing and see if we can fix that screen. Oh, yeah, I forget you can't highlight. Let's delete that. And I am running git bash inside Visual Studio Code. It's a lot easier so you don't have so many windows open. Oh, I forgot to close it out. Yeah, you have to close it out first. Okay, then we can close node.js, and I can rerun this. Let's see what happens. Hopefully it fixes the way that screen looked. This is what happens when it comes up. Ooh. Oh, I need to power it off. I think you need to power it off and then close it out. I don't know. It's a little bit finicky. Let's see. Let's try that again. Oh boy. Sorry for the background noise. Failed to open. Okay. Probably need to turn it on. There we go. Yeah, it still has that weird visual thing. Not sure why. Sometimes, depending on the type of command that you put in, it changes. Yeah, see, the forgot password is way down here. Oh my gosh. See, here's the forgot password page. So everything works except for the buttons. I think it's really just an error with the buttons. So, yeah. That's all I've got for you. We'll go more into detail on the technical issues that we had and what I did to fix them, and the networking I had to do and all that. On Wednesday, my team presents the detailed technical presentation. So this is the best I have for you now, and thank you for watching.